Welcome to the Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, and today we're being presented by Ledyard Bank and Financial Advisors serving the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee Region and the Concord, New Hampshire area. We will get the 2024 lineup of performances presented by Summer Music Associates. Keith Cloughlin from the new London Barn Playhouse will give us their exciting lineup for next summer. Kathy LeClair, the Director of Private Banking here, will join me. And we'll close with a Susie Lowe at Pine Hill Cross Country Ski Area. But first, these messages from a good local business that is underwriting today's show. Remember, during this holiday season, buying local is an important way to sustain the communities and programs we all love.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. Lest we not forget that there's a lot going on in our area during the summer. Up next, we'll hear from Summer Music Associates. Hi, Nancy.
We are really excited at Summer Music Associates about the 2024 season because we felt a lot of pressure after our 50th anniversary season last summer, which our audience raved about. So we thought, oh boy, what are we going to do next? I think we've done it. I think this season's going to be just as spectacular, if not even more spectacular. So we start with the Boston Civic Symphony, and we love that orchestra, and they always bring a wonderful soloist with them. This year, however, we've changed gears a little bit. They are going to present a piano concerto, and the pianist is Fred Moyer, who we had here last year. We've had him other times. He's absolutely wonderful. Everybody just adores him. So we have Fred Moyer playing a piano concerto with the Boston Civic Symphony as our opening concert. I don't think it gets much better than that. And then we go to July 11th, and we have discovered this group called the Texas Guitar Quartet. I thought, oh, that might be a kind of a quiet concert. Oh no, these guys are one of the best guitar quartets in the entire country. Let me read you from one of the reviews. The Texas Guitar Quartet performs with virtuosity, clarity, balance, and a refined character, which no doubt helps them be established as one of today's leading guitar quartets. These guys are remarkable. It's going to be an extraordinarily exciting concert. Then, July 25th, we are bringing a different pianist. Many of you are probably not familiar with him. His name is Paul Bisaccia. Paul's program for Summer Music Associates is going to be a special homage to his great musical grandfathers. He will play a concert of music by Beethoven, Czerny, Haydn, and Liszt. And the reason he's chosen these composers is that his teachers and those pianists' teachers go all the way back to students of those composers. So Paul brings technology to the concert so that you can watch his hands while he plays. He tells wonderful anecdotes and gives us the history and some humor about these composers and their compositions. So it's an entertaining evening, and we get to hear some of the most beautiful piano music ever written. Beethoven's celebrated Waldstein Sonata, the romantic piece Fioralice, and Liszt's famous Hungarian Rhapsody No. 2, one of the most popular piano pieces ever written. So that concert is going to be just spectacular. So on August 8th, we will have an extraordinary brass group called Alias Brass. And they have a very wide artistic range, combining diverse elements of classical music, modern pop culture, and all things in between. They like to create an experience that's both engaging and exciting. Alias Brass has a mission that they want to ensure that music remains sustainable and is thriving in today's society. And they create a gateway into classical music for future musicians and music lovers alike. They're very dedicated to presenting music that is accessible to our youth, and that is one of the missions of Summer Music Associates as well. So we are extraordinarily pleased to be able to host Alias Brass. On August 22nd, we have the return of the Uptown Jazz Ten-Tet. These guys were pulled together back in 2016 by Willie Applewhite, who's a fantastic jazz musician. He wanted to bring together a lot of his friends to put together a ten-tet, which he thinks is the ultimate number, to be able to compose orchestrally, but also to feature fantastic jazz soloists. So he said, well, I happen to have the best jazz musicians in New York are my friends because they're all Juilliard graduates. So that's who he used to put together this great group. They came a few years ago. We had an enormous audience, standing ovations, and they are fantastic. So they're coming back. So we're thrilled to have them to finish out our season on August 22nd. The first concert, the Boston Civic Symphony, will be held at Colby Sawyer College, and the other 4 concerts this season will be at the First Baptist Church here in New London. And speaking of youth outreach, we of Summer Music Associates have this year combined with the Kearsarge Regional School District to bring a group on January 29th. The concert will be that Monday evening. It's free and open to the public, and we will present students from the Kearsarge Regional School District with the group called Ball in the House. They are a male a cappella singing group, so they will be working with students of the choruses of the entire district during the day and then present a concert that night. We are really excited about this season, and more information will be available on our website coming soon in January of 2024, and that is www.summermusicassociates.org. We hope to see you at the concerts. We know you will have a wonderful time there.
When we return, Keith Cloughlin from the new London Barn Playhouse will give us their exciting summer lineup for next year. Please stay with us.
This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded.
So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Welcome back to the Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. For 92 years, the new London Barn Playhouse has brought us great entertainment and will continue in 2024. Tell us more, Keith.
Thanks so much, Abby. We're thrilled to welcome you back to the new London Barn Playhouse. And while it may be a little chilly in here right now, plans for the summer season are already underway. And I'm thrilled to announce the 92nd, yes, believe it, 90 plus years of entertainment within these wonderful walls here on Main Street. And we start our season out, our 92nd summer season, just as we typically would, with the traditional Straw Hat Review, in which we introduce 14 talented young artists from all over the country who will spend their summer here in New London and show off their talents with the Straw Hat Review. Next up is truly a classic. It's actually been around for over 40 years and has not been on the Barn stage in a very long time, and that is Little Shop of Horrors. The comedy with the 1960s pop rock score will leave you laughing and a little bit scared of that giant plant on stage. Next up is another classic. one of the most family-friendly, wonderful musicals of all time. Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice's Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Based on the biblical story of Joseph and his 11 brothers and his wonderful, amazing coat of many colors, we're excited to bring it back to the Barn Stage. It's been almost nearly 20 years since it's been on the Barn Stage, and it's time to bring it back. We'll leave you tapping and laughing and enjoying this classic musical, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Next up is the Pulitzer Prize-winning drama, Driving Miss Daisy. Now, many of you might know it from the movie that existed, but it's a wonderful adaptation to the stage, and we're excited to bring it to the barn. Friendship and love and a relationship that grows over decades of time will leave you heart-warmed when you see Driving Miss Daisy in the middle of the summer. I am thrilled to say that next up in our season, in the 3-week slot, is the international phenomenon Jersey Boys. The first time on the Barn Stage. Boy, if you loved Beautiful in 2023, you are going to go crazy for Jersey Boys. Telling the story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, their rise to stardom. This jukebox musical contains all of their library of songs. And talk about toe-tapping good time. We're thrilled to be bringing Jersey Boys to the Barn Stage. Next up is the musical phenomenon Rent. It took New York City and Broadway by storm in the 90s and has left an indelible mark on musical theater history. Telling the story about young artists in the Lower East Side of New York City trying to find their way in the shadow of HIV and AIDS. It's actually going to be a thrilling piece for us to bring to the Barn Stage for the very first time. And rounding out this exciting season full of musicals and plays and laughter, family-friendly shows and contemporary musicals is a play called Clue. And if you happen to know the movie from the 1980s that was inspired by the classic board game, this farce murder mystery is going to leave you laughing and trying to find out who done it. And we're thrilled to be rounding out our 92nd season with Clue, the play. It's going to be an exciting time. I'm thrilled to announce it to the public. Subscriptions are on sale now, and you can find out more information at nlbarn.org. But I will leave you with one more exciting piece. Coming at the top of our season for the very first time at the end of May, beginning of June, the Barn Playhouse will collaborate with Symphony New Hampshire to bring to the Barn Stage South Pacific in concert, featuring 20 musicians on stage and some of your wonderful barn vocalists, and it's going to be an exciting first time ever event at the Barn Playhouse. It's a busy time. We have got events continuing to go on in the fall and spring and winter in the Fleming Center. Exciting plans for next summer, and we hope that you'll continue to support the Barn Playhouse and come check us out. Thanks so much.
Wow, thank you, Keith. We can't wait for next season. When we return, I'll learn about private banking from Kathy LeClair. Please stay with us on your Yankee Chronicle.
This program is supported by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, coming to you from Ledyard here in Hanover. And I'm now joined by someone we checked in with last year this time, Kathy LeClair, who's the Director of Private Banking. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Abby.
It's so great to check in with you every single year, but welcome again this year. What is new in the private banking world here at Ledyard?
Thank you. So last year was a big year for us. It was my first year. I've just been here a little bit over a year now.
Oh, congratulations.
And really what we worked on was the foundation, building our team, building a product set, and really working on creating that suite of services. So one of the things we have completed is we now have a complete set of retail products just for our private clients.
Oh, amazing.
Private banking clients. So that includes a checking account, a high yield savings account, and the great certificate of deposit offerings that we have. So the private banking checking has all the bells and whistles for our clients. The high yield savings has a little bit higher interest rate. We're trying to take advantage of the market right now.
Sure.
And then the certificate of deposit specials that we're offering that the bank has are just absolutely fantastic in today's market. Another thing that I worked on was really looking at the personal line of credit. And I believe I spoke about that last year. And what's nice is this year we looked at looking at the balances of the clients' investment accounts here, and doing a tiered rate set for them so that the greater the balances, the lower their basic rate would be on the line of credit.
That's wonderful.
And what's really nice is while I've been here over the year, the lines of credits that we have been able to do as an example to help clients, we've used it a lot as a bridge loan. In the financing world today, a lot of financial institutions have done away with a true bridge loan, meaning a gap from selling one home and moving into another.
Okay.
By using this line of credit, we have been able to help so many people be able to purchase their new home. Many of them are downsizing, maybe moving into an assisted living facility, not have to sell their house right away, slowly move, so it's not so emotional all at once. And then the minute that they sell their home, when they put it on the market and sell it, we just do a reduction of the line or completely pay it off, whatever works out best for the client.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
So we've done a lot of those this year, as well as just having liquidity to take advantage of some, real estate opportunities or just some other opportunities that they may have in this in this market.
Amazing. Sounds like you've been quite busy in the last year.
We have been. We have been.
And now thinking into 2024, which is right around the corner, what exciting things do you have for the new year?
I'm very excited to announce you are the first ones to actually hear it, that I have been working, I believe, with our new Chief Operating Officer of Commercial Lending.
Okay.
She and I have been working very closely on creating a very specific suite of lending products for the healthcare professionals.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
We have delineated it into, for an example, for residents and fellows, trying to do very, very minimal deposit down on a home, or maybe even 100% financing. Then we go to our practicing physicians, and as the more complex needs, so the private banking services, offering them, again, great lending opportunities, but also taking it that step further and working on that retirement roadmap with them, spreading out what their needs, wants, and wishes are over the future years, and really helping them fine-tuning and set a goal for when they want to retire.
Love that.
The next tier that we have are our retiring medical professionals. There's a lot of people out there that are like, okay, time to retire. So again, that full suite of services, but being able to really look through at their financial situation with them and say, let's do some Social Security planning. When should you take that Social Security? Let's look at downsizing or maybe buying a second home. How can we help you accomplish that?
Amazing.
And all the way down to, oh, I'm not going to have a paycheck every month coming in. how can we look at a cash flow to help create and make up that dollar amount that they look to their account every month for their household bills.
Incredible.
And then the last category that we're looking at would be the actual practice themselves.
Okay.
Right? So what type of lending can we do, whether it's small business lending or even commercial real estate lending, looking at buying a building for their practice, expanding their practice. Sometimes it's even helping a partner to buy into the practice.
Okay.
So looking forward to 2024.
You're going to be just as busy.
This is what we're working very diligently on, because we would love to have it launched by January.
Amazing. Well, Kathy LeClair, Director of Private Banking here at Ledyard, I think anybody watching just needs to give you a call. It sounds like you have plenty of wonderful resources for them here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me today.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Good. When we come back to Yankee Chronicle, we'll revisit a piece we did at the Pine Hill cross-country ski area. But first, these words from another local business that has yours and our future in hand.
This program is supported by Main Street Bookends of Warner for books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street Bookends of Warner.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music and we talked. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic. Your honesty gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted in my own life.
And I wanted you to know, from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now, that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, in whatever you do.
Talk. They hear you.
So the history of Pine Hills is very rich. I actually remember skiing at Norsk, which was maintained at the Lake Sunapee Country Club. And this is again, John and Nancy Slasher were key in that. They head that up and managed it. And then when that dispersed, back in 2005, John and Nancy recreated the Pine Hills Ski Club, which took over a lot of the trails that they had already built in the Norsk system. Pine Hills terrain is very user-friendly. We have most of the trails are blues and greens. We have a little bit of the expert terrain. But if you are looking to just get out, we call it cross-country skiing, the natural social distancing sport. A wonderful way to get some fresh air and incredible exercise. The benefits of cross-country skiing are phenomenal. It's a total cardio workout, if you want it to be, or it's a beautiful walk in the woods. So we're very lucky, again, to be able to have John and Nancy with this incredible history that they have, and they are top-notch cross-country skiers. And they teach classic and skating. So if you ever get a chance to take a lesson with either John or Nancy, you're pretty lucky. So Pine Hill Ski Club is located on 220 Mountain Road in New London, and actually covers 20 kilometers, a little over 12 miles of beautiful terrain. Thanks to the generosity of 12 landowners in this area who allow us to ski and maintain some of the trails all season long. So we're very fortunate to have this. This is run by an all-volunteer board. We are a membership organization, so that when people buy their season's pass, they are club members and basically can use all of the facilities anytime that they want to. We engage them to help us with the trail maintenance. We have many of them that we call Adopt a Trail volunteers. They help to maintain the trails. They'll walk them during the spring, summer, and fall with us and cut down limbs and gather brush and make sure that we are ready for snow when the snow comes.
So we do a huge program also with the school system. We do encourage the elementary schools to come and use our trails. So a fun sightseeing venture on Pine Hill is to ski around and find all of the moose-scots. There are about 35 of these handmade moose-scots all over the trails with pretty unusual names. Magnuna Moose is sitting alongside the Loner ski system, and we've got a first aid moose right by the trailhead. So we have a great feature with Loner ski equipment. We have boots, skis, and poles that are all sized and kept clean. The boots are in the cabinet and all of the skis are on the rack. So it's a come first serve. You are, a little risky trying to get here and just hope that you'll find the equipment that fits you that day. But come and check it out. You never know. We were lucky to get these skis from the Village Sports when they all switched over to a different season. But we also encourage folks to go over to Nordic Skater in Newbury if you're looking for rental equipment. Yeah, so to find Pine Hill Ski Club, if any of you are familiar, we are on 220 Mountain Road, which is off Shaker Street in New London. We do have signs posted along the way, especially when the snow conditions are terrific. There will be these little road signs so that you can hopefully find your way to Pine Hill Ski Club. So if you're interested in just coming for a day, we do have a $15 rate for adults, and children 10 and under are actually free. We have a cash box. This is all on the honor system. Well, to get involved and to check out our trail conditions and what's going on, you can check out our website at pinehillskiclub.com. And through that, we also have an email where you can contact us if you'd like to get more involved, and we are always looking for volunteers. We have volunteer groomers, volunteer people who make the signs, volunteer people who cut down the trees. So we want volunteers all the time. We couldn't do this without a key bank of volunteers.
Thanks, Susie, and to the folks that make these trails accessible. They would like you to know that the club uses Square if folks want to purchase tickets online or from the website, or you can still just pay cash at the trailhead for day passes. I'd like to thank our hosts these past 4 weeks, Ledyard Bank and Financial Advisors. To them, there's only one wealth management strategy that's right, and it's yours. Let them work with you and for you. Their website, ledyard.bank/wealth-management, has much more information. Next week, Katie Blank, the Senior Retail Banking Officer, will join me. Sage Tokash will bring us up to speed on off-season activities at the new London Barn Playhouse. Tune into our Game of the Week this Sunday and Monday at noon and 7 p.m. We'll replay the exciting Newport versus Bishop Brady D4 tournament football game. You can find it on NCTV8 and YCNNow.com. The next live game will feature a doubleheader featuring the boys and girls of Sunapee hosting Mount Royal on December 12th. Check the program schedule at YCNNow.com for the most up-to-date information on games, Yankee Chronicle, and specials. Join us again next week at this same time for another round of your Who, What, Where, and When show of the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region. I'm Abby Peel. Happy holidays, everyone.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating.